What's the Satori? Great getting to chat to you folks again. It's been too long. I'm trying to do them more regularly, but we've been busy trying to get just back to normal, really. Just getting all the stuff, all the bits and pieces in the club, all the classes, etc., all back to normal. We're back in a few weeks now, and it's been great. Those first few sessions in particular, it was very noticeable, just the contrast between that and what came before. It was great being back on the mats, great seeing people back in the gym and improving, getting the training in. So yeah, it's been pretty much business as usual. Like, obviously we have the stuff in place, we have the sanitation, hand sanitation, social distancing, people training in pods, more cleanliness, more clean, personal cleanliness, staying on top of the gym, cleaning more, contact tracing. So we got a lot of extra elements that were there that weren't possibly the same beforehand, but yeah, everyone's got up to speed with them. Everyone's taken them on board pretty quickly, and we've been able to get on with the training, which has been brilliant. We've been limited with the amount of training partners that we can do, with the duration of the sessions and with how many sessions you can do back to back, but at least we're still training, which is great. The enthusiasm of the people that are here, that have been trained, has been brilliant. The whole thing's been great. So thanks a lot to everyone for sticking with us while we're closed and coming back when we were reopened. We've done a few upgrades. One, the ring, thanks to Pat for getting it in. It was an absolute ordeal getting the ring in. It wasn't meant to be, but it was. And then putting it together and whatnot, the guys gave him a bit of a hand doing that as well. So great to see the ring in place. That's to add to our cage in the background. So we're getting a lot of kit in and just building up the resources within the gym. That's the physical stuff. We also got a bit of paint on the place. People will notice. It's funny what a coat of paint can do. The place looks really good, and there's a few other upgrades as well in that area. Outside of that, the other stuff that we've put in place is, you might have seen it today, we just announced we have a new gymnastics coach, which is huge. Gymnastics is such a great sport and can benefit physical development, regardless of what other sport you want to do, and is obviously a great sport in and of its own right. So we're lucky to have someone skilled in the area, active competitor nationally, internationally. So that'll be great. It'll be great to see the progress to the program which she brings. And we were looking for a while. We've been looking for a long while. It's very surprising how little gymnastics there is in the area. I'm not sure what other gymnastics is available, like gymnastics clubs are in the area. I hear a lot of people like traveling 50, 60 minutes in a car to find training for themselves. So you have it right here on your doorstep in Blanchetown. If you know anyone who wants to give it a try, it's on Sundays, and the age groups that we're specialising in at the moment is from 5 to 10 years of age. Just before the lockdown, we had our wrestling coach in as well, Ignis, so that's been going well. Everyone know how hard it is to get a good wrestling coach. There's so few and far between in Ireland. It's an Olympic sport, it's a really well established sport for centuries and centuries. And yeah, we're lucky to have it. I don't know why there isn't more wrestling in the country, but we're lucky to be one of the clubs that does have wrestling. So if you're interested in wrestling in and of its own right, again, it's a great sport. Or if you want the benefits it can bring to other sports such as no-gi grappling, of course, would be a huge one. MMA, another obvious one, and gi grappling as well, having that physicality, the takedowns and such can help hugely as well. We used to have haircuts available from Satori Cuts, just beside the reception there. The guy that was doing that was great, Keen Cuts. He went to Canada and it's been kind of left by the wayside since then. But Wednesday, so this is Wednesday now, but next Wednesday it's going to be there as well from 5 p.m. till I believe it was 8 p.m. So if you want to cut, drop down. I'll share the guys' info on Instagram, etc. So maybe if it's going to be too busy, we'll book in advance. Or if you think that might be a case, you know what time you're going to be down. Maybe you're training at 7, you could book in with him 6:30 or something like that, for example. Or afterwards, if you wash your hair, and then book in with him. So yeah, a good few areas improved there. Um, that's the more noticeable stuff. Some of the stuff behind the scenes, the jiu-jitsu programs were being reshuffled a little bit. We have another coach coming on board there as well, but they're just training up at the moment, so it's going to be a couple of weeks before they do so. The 8 o'clock session's going well. We've kind of, people doing the class will see the reshuffle that we've done there. Like, we have the no-gi on Mondays at 8, complemented with the 12 o'clock sessions on Monday and Wednesday, which we're going to be concentrating on a lot of fundamental positions and submissions in those classes. We have our beginner and intermediate jiu-jitsu classes in the evenings. We have our curriculums from them. Everyone who does them will know them. We also have then our advanced classes in the evenings, primarily Tuesday and Thursday at 8, but also now we have 7 p.m. drilling on Friday as well, which is going to help just bring together. You can practice lightly whatever lessons you learned during the week, and then bust them out on Saturday at open mat, which is everyone's favorite, getting the rounds in. So the advanced class, we're going to be doing a lot more. Obviously we were doing it before, but we're going to be doing more guard and guard passing. Yeah, anyone can come down and drill at 7 o'clock on Friday. So if you want to do whatever it is you want to do, if you're doing jiu-jitsu, of course, get down, get your jits in. No gi jiu-jitsu, same. You want to hit pads with a friend, you want to practice some striking technique, you want to do some wrestling, some takedowns, whatever it is, get it in. Then we have, of course, the open mat on Saturday. Last Saturday was great. We had Senan, the boxing coach, who is another addition to the coaching staff. Coach Stevie, who's done a great job. He had a second child there. Oh, I should remember exactly. It's just been about 3 weeks ago, I believe, give or take a few days. And he just can't do it anymore. So, with obviously the demands of having another child and such. But yeah, it was great. It was great having Stevie in there. And whenever Stevie wasn't around, one of the guys he had covering a lot was Senan, and he just slotted straight into that position. And the guys are delighted that we have someone of that ability coaching. Yeah, it's been great. So he's also been down Saturdays at 12. We do open mat. We do our grappling on mat 1, and we do our striking type stuff on mat 2. So whatever suits you. You want to wrestle, takedowns, no gi, whatever. Big mat, everything else on the other mat. So yeah, there's been a lot of changes. Obviously, there's a lot of changes in society, but there's been a lot of changes in the club. And yeah, we're thankful to still be here and to be pushing on forward. Other updates, the MMA, we're getting a lot of interest in the MMA, which is great. There's a lot of people that are coming down for the classes, and we have a good bunch there in the MMA, which is great to see. A lot of potential with the guys. Something that I would strongly recommend for people, if you're thinking of doing the MMA, in the MMA class, we're not exactly showing people how to throw a punch. We're not showing you how to do a rear naked choke. We're not showing you how to do a takedown. So if you're interested in MMA, make sure you come down and do some of the other classes that are available to you also. We have boxing classes, we have kickboxing classes, we have wrestling, we have no-gi jiu-jitsu, we have jiu-jitsu. You know, there's a lot of fundamental classes there available to people to learn the fundamentals of martial arts, and then we put it together in the MMA class. And in doing the class, we'll notice that we're after changing a little bit how we're teaching that class, and with the structure of some of the other classes also. A bit of time off gave us a bit of a chance to put in place some of the plans that we had for a while. I think we're going to have a good bit of success there. We have a good bunch of people. We've got a good setup. We've got a good system, the beginning of a system, which is going to flourish into a pretty good system, and we're going to have the success because of that. So looking forward to it. There's not much else. The kids classes, teens classes and all are doing really well. Pat's on top of all that, and with Yanis as well. We're lucky to have Yanis there too. All is going well in that neck of the woods. Alice class is going well. Something that I have noticed with the teens in particular, noticing a lot of progress with the ones who are coming down for the daytime classes. So we have classes on 12 o'clock Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Anyone who comes down consistently and does those classes in addition to the other ones is getting so good so fast. Anyone who isn't, I don't see them as much, but they're probably not getting quite the same amount of progress because they're not doing the same amount of training. People are off secondary school, people are off college, people are off work. some people are working from home and they have that slot during the day, 12 to 1, etc., free for lunch. Get down and get the training in. There's only 5 weeks left before the guys were saying they have to be back for secondary school start of it. They still don't know exactly what the start of that's going to be, what it's going to look like, but there's only 5 weeks. Get the 5 weeks in. It's like a 5-week training camp. Just get it in. Some people were saying, oh, I'll have to set my alarm for that, coach. And it's like, I couldn't believe it. What time did you get up at? 2 or 3. So because people are out of their routine with lockdown and then not being in school for the summer, or being off school for the summer, schedule's gone out the window. So just get up and do the training. You'll be glad you did by the time the summer's over and you don't have as much free time anymore. So a lot of upgrades, soft systems, hard stuff, hardware that you can see, and yeah, just looking forward to pushing on now. You know, we're back. We're tentative in our approach to coming back, but now we're back, and it's brilliant to be back. We're still here, and we're really looking forward to what the next few months are going to hold. Like we're going to keep pushing forward. We're going to stay on top of whatever the government guidelines are, of course, keep implementing all that stuff. But we have a really good foundation here to push forward from. So if you know anyone in the area that would like to be part of that, send them down. It's going to be all systems goes. Like we've been progressing so much. I was just looking at it. It was our 7-year anniversary there during the lockdown before we came back of the club. It's absolutely flown by. But from anyone who's seen kind of the progression from the early stages up to where we are now, it's been brilliant, and the trajectory is still there. You know, we were doing really well before the lockdown, and we will do again. But the trajectory there up to and just before lockdown hit was really special. So we have it in Blanchardstown. If you want to be part of it, do. Anyone who's read the book Outlier will know the benefits of having a resource like this in your area. Can't be understated. The real progress, the work is being done now. The real progress won't be seen for a number of years, but then it's going to be like, oh, that's almost like an overnight success sort of thing. It wasn't overnight. We've been here 7 years in Satori. I've been doing martial arts in and around the area for over 30 years now. So it's not an overnight success, but it's going to be a big success. So the more people that are in on that, the better, more the merrier. There's not much to announce at the moment. We have the comps coming up in August. We're still staying aware of or abreast of the government guidelines on that, so we will adjust the events as needed to allow that to happen. But we have the free event for Jiu-Jitsu, a free one for MMA, and a free one for children's Jiu-Jitsu, so adults and children separate. That's going to be great. We have the non-profit open coming up in October. Again, depending on what the government guidelines are, if we're allowed like 100, 200, 500, hopefully we're allowed a lot of people in at that stage. We will run the event accordingly to whatever the guidelines are, as safe as possible. Whatever funds are made from said event, we're going to give them back primarily to any charities in connection with the frontline workers that were most affected by this, and secondly, there'll be prizes for the athletes also. So that's the nature of it. It has, if well supported, it'll take a while to build up as well, but if it's well supported consistently over time, that is a major resource for the Irish martial arts community, jiu-jitsu community. The amount of prize money that can be given out at that, if it is a big event, will make it a very large event on the European calendar, and that's only to benefit everyone involved, everyone that has easy access to it. Like, think about it, if you're doing the Euros, what is the cost of doing the Euros for us? It depends on you how much, but it can easily be 800 quid. What is the cost for someone living in Lisbon? That's what we can do. If we have a big enough event in Ireland, that's what we have. Okay, so that's the plan. Fingers crossed, that's the way she goes. Other events upcoming, we have the Dublin International Open at the end of the year, which is going to be great. So we have a lot of stuff for people to aim for as well. So like, you can aim towards those events, give you something to center your training around, give you something to motivate you as well, give you something to look forward to doing, because a lot of the stuff that we previously took for granted being able to do wasn't available. So yeah, it's a good chance to do so. And just speak touch on the lockdown again. I've been noticing it with people coming in the door. Some people are fine, but some people are noticeably different after being isolated for that amount of time. Obviously, we have a lot of access to social media, etc., to contact people, but that real, actually having a genuine conversation with someone, interacting with someone face to face, as it were, we're social animals and we need it. So just make sure you keep an eye out for those people around you, because some people's reintroduction to society, as it were, it's noticeable that they're having issues with it, how to converse with people. Just a number of people. At first it was a bit, oh, that guy's off, I hope he's okay. But then it happened again and again and again. Just people were not the same. We're not able to converse the same way. We're not able to talk, not able to interact near to the level that they were doing before the lockdown. So if you are one of those guys, just stick at it. Try, just do your best to get back into society normally. If you notice some of your friends, loved ones, etc., being affected in that drastically, keep an eye out for them, see what you can do. There's not much more ongoing at the moment, just good training. Whoever's doing the training is progressing, having fun with the training, and will be ready for the challenges of tomorrow. On the mats, guys, I'll be seeing you. Cheerio. Musa.